As I mentioned in the introduction to the course, one of the great things about JavaScript is that it's a universal language. So once you know it, you can use it in a lot of different places. I can use JavaScript in the browser, on a server. I can use it to make a mobile application, or I can program a virtual reality headset. Whatever you want to do, you can probably do with JavaScript. Now, what does that mean for us? Well, it means that we need to install at least one of those. We need a way to execute JavaScript code, and to do that for now, we're going to be using Node.js. Node.js is typically used to execute JavaScript to create a server, to create a backend for a mobile app or a website. That's not what we're going to use it for. We are just going to use Node to execute basic JavaScript scripts. We're not going to be exploring any Node-specific features. Don't worry, we are going to tie our JavaScript files into the browser a bit later in the course, but that's a more complex process, which requires us to set up HTML, a web server, and a few other things. For now, as we're just trying to learn the basics, that would be a distraction. So we're going to stick with Node as a really easy way to run JavaScript from our computer. We can find that at nodejs.org. Here we can grab the installer, and once again, Node is available for all operating systems. It's free and open source, so regardless of what machine you're using to watch this course, you're going to be able to set it up just like I do. The particular version of Node we install really isn't important because we're not going to be using Node-specific features in this course. We're just using this as a way to run JavaScript files. So as long as we grab version 8 or greater, we're going to be good to go. That means V8, V9, 10, 11, or 12. Right here, I do have a V9 release. I'm going to go ahead and just install this one. Now, the process for installing Node is super simple. It's one of those click next installers. So all we have to do is confirm that we've actually read the terms of service. We have to pick the place to install it. I'm just going to use the default for everything. Then we authenticate, and in about 10 seconds, we'll have Node installed. So we have Visual Studio Code. That is a way to write JavaScript code. We have Node, which is a way to run JavaScript code, which means that we're all set up. These are the only two things we need to install to get a basic development environment configured. I'm going to move the Node installer to the trash, and for now, we're all done. What we're going to do in the next video is to explore a program on your machine called the terminal. It's something that we're going to need to use in order to actually run the files we create. So we're going to mess around with that in the next couple of videos. I'm real excited to get to this stuff. We're actually going to start learning, so let's go ahead and jump right in.